binti Shukri.
My name is Naisha binti Zurushdi.
My name is Wan Batista Umaira binti Wazubli.
My name is Muhammad Shakib bin Shahama Ali.
My name is Nadato Azam Mabazuki.
Alright, so as we can see here is local current issue in Malaysia. It has 3 points, which are economic pressures, political stability, and high cost of living. So as I can dive deeper into here is, Malaysia is currently facing several important issues that affect the daily lives of its people. These issues are not only about money, but also about stability, opportunities, and overall quality of life. Among the most significant concerns are economic pressures, political stability, and high cost of living. All of these factors are closely connected and influence how people live, work, and plan their future. Right, so for economic pressure in Malaysia refers to the financial challenges faced by individuals, business, and even the government. One major issue is inflation, where the price of goods and services continue to rise. This means people have to spend more money just to maintain their basic lifestyle. Right, so another issue is the weakening value of the Malaysian ringgit, which makes imported goods more expensive. Since Malaysia depends on imports for certain products, this directly affects price in the market. Alright, so also global factors such as oil price changes, economic slowdowns, and international conflicts also contribute to economic pressure. These external factors can reduce job opportunities, slow down business growth, and create uncertainty in the economy. Alright, so for political stability is very important for a country's growth and development. In Malaysia, frequent changes in government leadership and political conflicts have created uncertainty among the public. When the political situation is unstable, it can affect decision making and delay important policies. Alright, so this instability can also reduce public trust in leaders, especially when issues like corruption or lack of transparency arise. Investors may feel less confident to invest in the country, which can also slow down economic progress. And a stable political environment is important to ensure consistent policy, strong governance, and long-term national development. Right, so for high cost of living, the high cost of living is one of the biggest concerns among Malaysians today. Prices of essential items such as food, housing, and transportation have increased significantly. Many families find it difficult to manage their expenses, especially those with low or fixed income. Housing has become less affordable, especially for young adults who want to buy their first home. At the same time, daily expenses such as fuel, groceries, and utilities continue to rise. So, people may experience financial stress, reduce their spending, or even struggle to save money for the future. This issue greatly affects the overall quality of life and well-being of society. Alright, next. Okay, here is introduction. It has 3 points, which are Malaysia is facing many current issues affect daily life of people. Important to understand these challenges. Alright, so as I can elaborate here is Malaysia is currently facing many important and challenging issues that affect the country and its people. Among the most common issues are economic pressures, political stability, and rising cost of living. These problems are closely connected and can influence one another in many ways, as they have a strong impact on the daily lives of Malaysians, especially in terms of finance, job opportunities, and overall well-being. Many individuals and families are finding it harder to manage their expenses and maintain a comfortable lifestyle. These challenges may also affect people's future plans, such as education, career, and savings. It is very important for people to understand these issues clearly. By having better awareness, individuals can make wiser decisions and adapt to the situation more effectively. And also, understanding these challenges can also help society and the government find suitable solutions. Right, so for this introduction, being aware of current issues is essential in building a more stable and better future for Malaysia. Alright, next. Next, I will go to overview of issues. Economic pressures in the country are increasing. Many households are starting to feel the impact because the overall economic environment is unstable. Prices of goods keep rising, but salaries are not increasing at the same pace. This creates a financial gap that makes it harder for people to manage their monthly expenses. On top of that, job opportunities are becoming more competitive, and some businesses are struggling with higher operating costs. All of these factors contribute to stronger economic pressures on the community. Number 2 is political situation changing. In the country is constantly changing. Frequent shifts in policies or leadership create uncertainty among the people. When political decisions are not inflation rates. One of the biggest economic pressures we face today is the rising inflation rate. When inflation increases, the price of goods and services also go up. This means people have to spend more money just to buy the same items they used to afford easily. It reduces their purchasing power and creates financial stress, especially for families with limited income. I see inflation also affects business because cost of raw materials and operations becomes higher. Next is weakening our currency. The weakening of the ringgit is another major challenge. When our currency becomes weaker, imported goods steadily become more expensive. This affects everything, food from produce to machinery and energy that Malaysia relies on. A weaker currency also reduces investor confidence, which can slow down economic growth. For ordinary people, the impact is seen through higher prices and increased living costs. Next is global economic uncertainty. Global economy play a big role in putting pressure on our local economy. Events such as international conflict, unstable global markets, and disruptions in supply chains all affect Malaysia because we are connected to the world economy. When major countries experience financial problems, it directly influences the price and investment in Asia. Next, I will pass to Azwar.
About inflation refer to a situation where the price of goods to service increase continues over a period of time. When inflation across the price and essential goods such as food and transparent will become more expensive. This causes people daily expenses to increase because they have to pay more to get the same goods as before. The effect of inflation are felt most by low and middle income families. This group usually has limited financial resources to raising price will reduce their purchasing power. They may be forced to cut back on spending, save or sacrifice curtain stated in order to meet the recent cost of living. In inflation continues as the economic gap between the rich and the poor can also become more pernicious. Next.
Okay, next is a weak ringgit. Okay, the first point is currency value decreasing. A weak ringgit means that the value of Malaysia currency is falling compared to other major currencies such as US dollar. This can happen due to factors like economic uncertainty, lower investor confidence or global finance trends. When the currency weakens, it reflects a reduced purchasing power in the international market. As a result, Malaysia need to spend more to buy goods and services from other countries. The point 2 is important goods become expensive. When the ringgit weakens, the cost of important goods increase because more local currency is needed to pay for the same product. This includes essential items such as food, fuel, raw material and technology. Business that rely on important will face higher costs. Last point is impact business and consumers. A weak currency affects both business and consumers in various ways. For business, especially those that depend on important material, operating costs will rise, reducing profit margins. Some companies may increase price, cut costs, or reduce their workforce to cope with the situation. Next.
Okay, global factor. Oil price fluctuation. When oil price increase, transportation and pollution costs also rise. They lead to higher price good to market, which affect the consumer. And then some supply chain disruption. Disruption in supply chains, such as delay or shortage, reduce the availability of food. When supply is low and demand is higher, price increase. And then international conflict. Conflict between countries can disrupt trade and create economic instability. This causes price to rise and increase the cost of living globally. Next. Okay, higher cost of living. Cost of basic need increasing. Pricing of necessary items like food, fuel and retail and increasing, making daily life more expensive. And then financial burden on family. Family need to spend more on basic needs, which create financial pressure, especially for low and middle income group. And then harder to save money. When most income is used for daily expense, it becomes difficult to save money for the future. Okay, next.
Okay, next is food price. First point is increase in food groceries. Food prices have been increasing steadily, causing crunch amongst many households. This rise in the cost of food and groceries affect daily life
higher transportation costs, supplying discretion and increased product expense contribute to the increase in food price. Point number 2, essential items becoming costly. Essential items such as rice, cooking oil, vegetable and meat are become more expert. Since these are basic necessities, families have no choice but to continue purchasing their items despite the higher price. This situation reduces their ability to spend on other needs or save money for the future. And the last point is families need better budgeting. As a result, families need better budgeting and financial planning to manage these expenses. They may have to compare price, but only necessary items or look for discount to compete with rising food costs. Therefore, the increase in food price remains a significant issue that affects the overall cost of living. Okay, next is transportation costs. Point number 1, food prices are unsustainable. Transformation costs have become a growing concern in today's society. One of the main reasons is the instability of food price. Petrol and diesel price often fluctuate to global economic condition and political issue, making it difficult for individuals to plan their monthly expenses. When food price increase, the cost of goods and services also rise because business need to cover higher delivery and transportation costs. Point number 2, public transport expense rising. In addition, public transportation fares such as bus, train, and e-hailing service are also increasing. Higher operational and maintenance costs have led to fare hike, which burden students and low to mid-income earners who rely on this several delay. Point number 3, delay travel becoming costly. As a result, delay travel is becoming more especially for those who live far from their workplace or school. This situation reduces saving, increased financial stress, and affect overall quality of life. Therefore, transportation costs remain an important issue that need attention and effect solution. Okay, next is political stability. First point is change in government leadership. Political stability plays an important role in ensuring a cultural growth and development. However, frequent changes in government leadership can create uncertainty. When leaders are ruling parties change too often, long-term plan and national strategy might be interrupted or replaced. This can slow down progress and affect the country over direction. Point number 2, public confidence and fatigue. In addition, public confidence may be affected by political instability when people see constant conflict or leadership change. They may lose trust in the government ability to manage the country effectively. This lack of confidence can influence investment decisions, business growth, and even public participation in national development. The last point is politics might be unstable. Furthermore, politics might become unstable when leadership change or occur. New government may reverse or cancel previous policy, leading to inconsistency in economy, education, or social program. As a result, business and citizens may find it difficult to adapt to constantly changing rules and regulations. Therefore, political stability is essential to maintain public trust and ensure continuous national progress. Next,
Policy uncertain. Policy uncertain refers to situation where the direction or planning of the government is unclear and often changed. The lack of a solid long-term plan makes it difficult for various branches, including the people and the business sector, to make further plans. When policy change frequent without a consistent direction, increase confuse and reduce confidence in the stability of the country. In addition, investors will feel uncertain about investing because they need assure that the economic environment is stable and predictable. Without policy, certain investors are concerned about the risk of loss due to sudden change in policies such as tax laws or business regulation. As a result, the situation will affect the country's economic growth, reduce investment cost, limited job opportunities, stall development, and the economy grows more slowly. Therefore, the government needs to ensure clear, consistent, and long-term orderly policy to ensure economic stability and increase investor confidence. Next. Employment refers to the situation of individuals who do not have a job despite being able be linked to work. The issue often occurs with available job opportunities limited compared to the number of job seekers. The lack of the job opportunities can be caused by slow economic growth, lack and investment or change in industry structure. In addition, your employment is increased because young people, especially with graduation and facing difficult in finding suitable jobs. They often lack more experience, causing employers to be more likely to choose employing workers. Furthermore, the issue of skill mismatch also contributes to employment. Many job seekers have academic education, but the skill the person does not meet to need a job or market. For example, employer may include high technical skill and communication skill but not a graduation have to deal. The situation cause job vacation to its but many employment. In conclusion, employment needs to be addressed through increased job opportunities, skill training and collaboration between education situation and industry to ensure that the workforce meet current need. Next.
Okay, next is young challenge. The first point is fresh graduates struggle to find job. Many fresh graduates experience significant challenge when trying to enter the workforce. One of the main reasons is the high level of competition, as thousands of graduates apply for a limited number of job opportunities each year. In addition, employers often prefer candidates who already have relevant work experience, internship or industry-specific skill. This creates a gap where graduates are qualified academically but lack practical exposure. Point 2 is low starting salaries. Another major challenge faced by young people is the issue of low starting salaries. Even after completing their education, many graduates are offered wages that are relatively low compared to increasing cost life living, especially in urban areas. Expenses such as rent, transportation, food and loan prepayment and quickly add up, leaving them with title to not saving. This financial pressure may force them to take on multiple job or delay important life decision. The last point is uncertain career future. The future of career has become increasingly uncertain for today due to rapid change in technology, globalization and economic instability. Many traditional jobs are being replaced or transformed by automation and digitalization, while new type of job require advanced and constantly evolving skill. This means that young people must continually learn, adapt and upgrade their knowledge to remain competitive. Additionally, economic downturn on unexpected global event can disrupt job stability. Next is social impact. The first point is financial stress increasing. Financial stress among young people is rising due to low income, high living costs, and limited job opportunities. Many individuals struggle to manage daily expenses such as rent, food, transportation, and loan repayment. This content pressure to meet financial need to lead anxiety and feeling to insecurity. Over time, financial stress may also affect their productivity at work or study. The point 2 is mental health issue. The challenges faced by youth, especially related to employment and financial instability, can contribute to mental health problems such as stress, anxiety and depression. The pressure to success, meet expectations and secure a stable future can be overwhelming. In some cases, individuals may feel hopeless and lose motivation. And the last point is change in a lifestyle. Due to financial limitation on uncertainty about the future, many young people are forced to adjust their lifestyle. They may cut down on spending daily major life decisions such as buying a house or getting married, and focus more on saving. Some may also take a multiple job or side hustles to increase their income. Additionally, their social activities and overall way of living may change, which can affect their relationship well-being more over time. Next.
Alright, so the next one is possible solutions. Which is government supports and subsidies, financial awareness among people, better policies and planning. So as I can explain here is, government support and subsidies play an important role in helping people manage the rising cost of living. By providing financial aid, subsidies for essential goods, and support programs, the government can reduce the burden on low and middle income groups. And also at the same time, financial awareness among people is very also important. Individuals need to learn how to manage their money wisely, control spending, and plan their budget properly to avoid financial problems. Also, better policies and long-term planning by the government are necessary to ensure economic stability and sustainable growth. When effective policies are implemented, it can help control inflation, create job opportunities, and improve the overall quality of life. And therefore, a combination of government support, responsible financial behavior, and strong planning is essential to overcome current challenges and build a better future. Next. Alright, so last one is here is conclusion. Okay, so it has 2 points. Number 1 is Malaysia faces serious challenges. Number 2, economic and political issues are connected. Number 3, everyone must work together for a better future. Okay, so overall, as I can explain here is, Malaysia is currently facing a range of serious and complex challenges that continue to affect both the country and its people in many aspects of life. Issues such as economic pressures, political instability, and the rising cost of living are deeply interconnected and cannot be viewed separately. When the economy becomes unstable, it can influence political decisions and weaken public confidence. At the same time, a lack of political stability can slow down economic progress, delay important policies, and create uncertainty for business and investors. Okay, so as a result, these challenges have a strong impact on the daily lives of Malaysians, especially in terms of financial security, employment opportunities, and overall quality of life. Okay, so also many individuals and families are finding it increasingly difficult to cope with rising expenses, limited income growth, and uncertain future conditions. Some may need to reduce their spending, change their lifestyle, or struggle to meet basic needs. This situation can also lead to stress, anxiety, and a lower sense of well-being among people. But it is very important for society to be aware of these issues and understand their long-term effects. Awareness can help individuals make better financial decisions, adapt to challenges, and prepare for the future. Okay, so also at the same time, overcoming these challenges requires strong cooperation from all parties. The government must play an important role by creating effective policies, maintaining transparency, and ensuring political stability. Businesses also need to adapt wisely, while citizens should practice responsible spending and support one another. Through unity, cooperation, and continuous effort, Malaysia can overcome these difficulties. So in the long run, this will help build a more stable, resilient, and prosperous nation for future generations. Okay guys, so